Our children are our smallest and largest investment. Nearly 30,000 children under the age of 5 call Elkhart County home. We must become the voice for those who cannot speak for themselves. How do we become advocates for our children? In this video, we hope to show you how a strong start for all kids can lead to a better outcome for school, our community, and our nation. Why are children in the richest country in the world performing so far below their potential? What happens if we continue down this path? And most of all, how can we do better? Please take a moment to sit and reflect. Reflect on the role you play. The time is now. Our future depends on it. The lack of time, money, and job security pressures many families in our community. Families are forced to invest in poor quality childcare facilities that can actually hurt a child's development more than help. The cost of a quality childcare is much more than families can afford. However, this cost can be more than just a dollar amount. A long-term cost falls under the categories like mental health, behavior, remediation, and substance abuse. Are you following me? The time is now. We must do better.
What do you like about your school?
I like to play cards. Play. I like the house area and like to play.
What do you like to play?
I'm making Legos.
Legos. What do you do with those Legos?
I build houses with the people.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I can play with them on the trucks and then drive them around a little bit. We sing Baby Shark.
Oh, Baby Shark.
We had the pleasure of learning about the importance of high-quality care through the voices of young children in our community. We talked with the children who attend 4 different nationally accredited programs right here in our hometown. We'd like to thank Walnut Hill, Growing Kids, CCYC at Goshen College, and CCYC at Arbor Ridge for helping us learn about this topic. You can see the self-regulation skills being put at work in the environments of the various high-quality programs we visited. Some children had a really hard time waiting their turn to be on camera, but they had strategies to work through it. It was exciting to learn how they enjoy their time with their teachers, what makes them feel safe, and what they are learning.
Do science.
You do science. What kind of science work do you do?
I do Skittle with water, and it turns rainbow. I know a square, triangles, numbers and letters, and doctor's office. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 35.
Wow, she counted all the way up to 35. And how old are you?
3. We made Petey and the cat shoots. We are learning about apples and fall, and when it gets colder, we gotta put on coats and sweatshirts and hat and gloves. We're learning about apples, and there's flesh inside the apples and a core around the seeds. I draw me and my mom.
Well, what are some cool books you've listened to on tape?
Dragon books.
Oh, what was so special about that?
'Cause a dragon moves in, and sometimes he does neat stuff, but he acts like a real dragon.
Who can spell their name?
I can. E-B-L-Y-N.
Why do you love your teachers?
Because they're my friends.
Next, it was our turn. We talked with our peers to find out how their early childhood experiences were. What we found is that we all had very different experiences. Some stayed home with the parent or were cared for by a close relative. Some attended one of the high-quality programs we've introduced to you, or even an area preschool. We were all able to reflect on how this time helped shape the person we are today.
I did go to preschool. Do you think it's important to go to preschool? I do think it's important to go to preschool because they teach you a lot of good stuff that you need later in life. And it's not just like reading and writing because those subjects were hard. But it's like learning those things like how to get along with others.
The reason is because if you get started early, you already know what to do, what expectations will be. But if you do it later, it'll kind of be hard to get used to those expectations early. Some things I learned in preschool was being good to people, having respect for them, and treating them with respect and kindness. And also be nice to the teachers and respecting your elders.
I think it's important to invest in early childhood. Feel that way they can grow up and be more stronger and better humans.
To start developing early English and math skills.
We learned even more about childcare when we met with a few great early childhood professionals in our community. Mary Kay Longacre works for Goshen Community Schools. She was a wealth of information. Next, we had the job of speaking with Natalie Potter. She's pretty amazing too. She is a preschool teacher at Prairie View Elementary. She does a great job working with children that live in poverty to get them ready for kindergarten.
The change in our society is we're not offering kids a chance for resilience. We're not teaching them to be resilient. We don't make kids do anything if it feels hard to them. And consequently, we have kids who as teenagers are struggling anytime something feels hard in their life. They don't know how to deal with it because every time something was hard, from zipping your coat to writing your name, somebody stepped in and did it for you.
I learned to bake with my mom. I learned to build things with my brothers. I learned to do all those things that you do collaboratively in preschool now, that when you are home with your siblings and a parent you can do. But now those things are happening in preschool settings and childcare settings.
The common theme we noticed in talking to these adults were that we are becoming a society that is more reactive versus proactive.
I think the biggest investment we can make as a society is to have high quality early childhood experiences for children, and that we can invest in our youngest learners and have the best high quality environments for them.
We had one little guy who sat down and he said, "I can't make an A." And I said, "That A is your name. If you can put an A on here, this is your paper." So he's 4 years old. And he said, "I can't do it." And he started to cry. And I stayed next to him and I said, "I know you can do it and I believe in you and I'm gonna stay here, but you're gonna do it." He handed me the pencil, said, "You do it." And I said, "No, this is your letter. You need to do it." He kind of cried for almost 12 minutes, and the whole time I stayed right with him and just kept encouraging him. And then he took, like, this is silly for me to get emotional, but he took it, he made his A, and all of a sudden he stopped crying and he just beamed and he was like, "I did it, I can learn." I said, "You can learn." So if you guys think about how many kids in your middle school, if they could say, "I can do this, I can learn," how much that can impact our society. That's something we can start teaching our kids is, I can be resilient, I can do hard things.
We identified 4 reasons on why you should invest. Investing in early childhood high-quality programs will reduce the academic achievement gap. It will improve the health of young children, cost us less money in the long run, and take us from being a reactive society to becoming one that is proactive. Today, you will be giving many concrete examples on how you will do your part. If everyone finds their puzzle piece, a great work of art can be created. I am only in 8th grade and doing my part of becoming an advocate. That is something that speaks up and stands for the cause. Are you doing yours? Our future depends on it.